Oh, baby, that should hurt. That should hurt a lot, actually. Should hurt. Okay. Wedges. At 9 years old, my feet were going rapidly and they did not stop there. I remember my parents took me to Payless to buy my newest pair of shoes, and as I was perusing through the aisles, searching for something that would catch my eye, I stumbled upon a pair of white wedges. Oh, I was so excited when I saw these. I tried them on. I strutted through the aisles. I felt like a queen. And I pleaded my case to my father. I said, Dad, please buy me these shoes, okay? I will wear them all the time. I will wear them to church. I will wear them to school. I'm doing really well in my studies. And look, I even just went to a mathletes convention. This would have been the perfect time to wear these. Like, please, Dad, please buy me these shoes. And my dad, who had been watching me strut my stuff all throughout our home for the past year in my aunt's gifted sandals, high-heeled sandals, pulled me aside and he told me, he said, Miss Harden, although I know that you are going to grow up to be a beautiful young lady, right now, I need you to be the young girl that you are. Now, I understood my father, and I understood that this was his way of gently telling me no. And as disappointed as I was in that moment, I understood what he was telling me. I took off the heels and I bought a reasonable pair of flats, sneakers, I do believe. And I stayed in those sneakers for a few years. Honestly, it was really sad, but I did encounter a pair of wedges later on in life, gifted to me from my mother. It's a whole nother story, though. That would have been cute. Fast forward, I am 13 years old, preparing to go to my first school dance. Oh, I was excited to have a good time and dance amongst my peers for the first time. I found a pair of casual brown heels that honestly I kept for a few years. I have no idea where they are now. And I remember being on the dance floor, shaking my little tushy, swinging my hips, whipping my hair, and just loving life. This was one of the first times that I had felt that I was that chick and that I belonged. Like, nobody could have told me anything as soon as I put my dancing shoes on. I had been bullied a few years prior, but it was like being in that environment. I was bullied by the same people I was dancing with, but it was like being in that environment, being dressed the way that I was and feeling completely comfortable and confident. Like, it made everything that happened to me prior not matter. Like, the image that people had of me before putting on my heels did not matter. It was a very odd time. Later on that year, still feeling the high of the dance, I put on a pair of platform, chunky black heels to walk across the stage and get my diploma. I remember being a good 12 inches taller than all of my peers, and everyone honestly saw me for the first time. They were like, "Oh my God, lady, you are beautiful. You are so tall. Like, you could be a model. Like, oh my God, what's the temperature like up there?" People would stop me. Parents of my peers would stop me and give me compliments. And honestly, I looked kind of crazy back then. I had a hair debacle. I guess it was just miscommunicated. Anyway, I look back on those pictures in fondness. This was the last time I was with my 8th grade friend group. That was not the last time that I spoke to all of them, though. But it was a reminder of how confident and how amazing I felt in high heels. Yeah. Sadly, I missed the relationship unnecessarily with my heels for a very long time. But then, college came. Yeah? And college came. I'm gonna have to come back. Pause you. Pause you. Demons. Demon slayers. Whatever. It's okay. It'll be these ones. I don't know if y'all remember the 2011 to 2012 era, but Beyonce had a clothing line and she put out these pair of platform almond toe stiletto heels that were able to be bought in like majority of the shoe stores. And I remember shopping for my 8th grade dance shoes and coming across a pair of those in beige, size 11, and I was super fucking excited to put them on. They were like 6 inches high. They would have been my first pair of 6-inch high heels. And I remember having difficulty putting my feet in the shoe, but I wanted them so bad because I wanted to go dancing in them. I wanted to walk across the stage in them. I wanted to own those shoes. I would have painted the bottom of them so they could have looked like Louis Vuittons. Like, oh, I was so excited for those shoes. And I don't remember who said it. I know that my grandfather and my mom were with me during that time, but someone had an air of consciousness and was like, love, are you going to be able to walk in those shoes? Like, can you handle that heel? And they were right. So I ended up getting like a reasonable pair of shoes, but I wanted those.